Okay, so we're here today to talk about the benefits of reading aloud to your babies, or to babies that you are caring for at your child care placement. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that parents and caregivers start reading to babies as soon as they're born. So as a newborn, you can put your babies in your laps and you can read to them. And so in the center here, we have a little purple bucket thing that has some pieces of paper in there that contain the benefits of reading to baby. So I'm going to ask that each of you choose a paper out of there, and you're going to tell us about the benefit.
Reading aloud aids the brain development because the baby uses all senses. It gives them a good start for lifelong learning and love of reading.
Okay, so with babies, the way that babies learn is through their senses. So you have your five senses. You have sight, you have hearing, touching, smelling, and taste. And so when you read to your baby, they are learning through their sense of hearing mainly, but also their sight. They're seeing those colors on the pictures. They might be even putting the books in their mouth eventually, feeling the different textures of the books. And so reading aloud to children benefits brain development as well. It helps make those connections as you read to them. And so also helps, if you read to your babies often, it helps them to develop a love of reading and a love of books, which will help them later on as they prepare for preschool and kindergarten. Chelsea?
It can promote literacy and language development. It helps children become familiar with books and accustomed to listening and focusing. It will also give them an early awareness of the art of reading.
Okay, so hers, reading aloud, sets the stage for school readiness. Right now in the state of Kentucky, many of our children that are starting kindergarten are not kindergarten ready. And so one of the big pushes in Kentucky is to educate new parents on the importance of reading to their babies. And so just simply sitting them in your lap like you're doing right now, and just picking up a book, doesn't have to be a long book, and just reading through those pages is really very important. And so the key there is helping them to develop their concentration, to introduce them to new words and things like that.
And this is all while engaging a child and encouraging curiosity and creative exploration of the world around them. Research shows the biggest factor influencing schools' success is whether or not a child was read to on a regular basis when they were young.
Okay, so did your all's parents read to you all when you were younger? Do you remember those times with your parent? Okay. So think about if you read books to them and they're hearing all of those words, that will help them with their cognition skills, their language development, and again, preparing them to be successful in school. And so back to what research shows, that if we read to children when they're very young, they do better in school overall. So even if your parents didn't read to you, making sure that you read to your kids is huge. And so we also have a teen parent group here who meets once a month, and it was like a couple of months ago we had somebody come in from the Nelson County Public Library to talk to our teen moms about the importance of sitting their babies down and reading to their babies often. And that can be really helpful with their cognitive skills. Your turn.
Reading books aloud can also help build a child's vocabulary. Children who grow up in homes where they are read to and talked to regularly will have a much greater vocabulary. Reading aloud also provides children with vocabulary words that they can use throughout life. Research shows that the average children's book contains 50% more unique words than a television show or a typical
referring to what Naija read. Why should we read to children and not just put them in front of a TV or a video game or, some type of device?
The vocabulary is much greater.
So they're going to hear, when you read books to them, they're going to hear a greater variety of vocabulary words. And so that's really important. They won't get that diversity when they're just watching television shows.
Reading aloud to a baby or a young child can promote restful sleep. Reading aloud can become an important part of a child's nap time or bedtime routine. By incorporating calm, unhurried reading into a little one's sleepy routine, you'll be helping to set the stage for restful sleep.
Okay, so I know a lot of parents use reading to their babies and young children as a part of the bedtime routine. So maybe bath, could be pajamas, could be read a book, and then lights out. And so it promotes restful sleep, gives the parent and child a time to sort of bond through the reading of textbooks. And before long, once these babies get a little bit older, they will start requesting some of their favorite books. We've got some books here that would be good for baby's first year. Newborn stage. This would be a really good one to start off with because babies love high contrasting colors. So like the whites and the blacks, and that would really draw their attention. As they get a little bit older, and they can start putting things in their mouth, something like this would be good. What's good about this book?
The texture of
The texture, and it's plastic, and so if they put it in their mouth, it's not going to dissolve, and they won't get choked on it, and they can use it over and over. Plus, you can clean it and you can wipe it, and so that's really good.
you could probably wash it.
You wash it, totally wash it. Let's see. This one is kind of neat. It's got the different textures. It's got the little piggy, and it helps with, there's talking about senses, their sense of hearing. They're hearing, and so they can actually press that and hear the little pig make its noises. This one helps kids learn their colors, with all the different really bright colors and textures. And another thing is babies really like to look at faces of other babies, and so they have the faces on there. So
Learn like what things can
I have the names and even counting possibly. Counting the different types of things that are on there. So that one would be good too. And what do we call these types of books? Those are board books, so they can't be torn or ripped or anything like that with the young babies. And then this one actually has a little game to help them with their small motor skills. And so spinning the blocks and just reading those words to them. So are you guys reading to your children at your placements? Yeah. Sitting them in your laps like you are now? Okay, so I'm going to pass out a book for you to read your baby, and show me how you would read. Like their position in your lap. And especially if they were a very young baby.
I see the kids in my place are like a kindergarten.
Yours are a little bit older.
Yeah, so like whenever they sit in my lap, like I gotta go over just to see it. So they help me turn the page.
Yep, that can help them you can help or let them turn the page, and that helps with their small motor skills too. And so, why put young babies in your laps with their backs against you?
So it's important support.
You're supporting the baby's head, the baby's neck, and getting started on that reading really early is very important. And continue to read to your babies for as long as they will let you. And again, those bedtime routines are really important. And before long, you will have some emerging readers who love books, and in turn will be much more likely to be ready for school when the time comes.